Somebody said it wrong for years.
So we are here with Paulette Buechner, who is retiring from the Acton Agua Dulce Unified School District Food Services. She's worked here for
Almost 30 years.
almost 30 years. In the same capacity?
No.
Okay, so you've
Many
different capacities. So she's gracious enough to give us her time today and answer some questions for the community. So welcome, Paulette.
Thank you.
So I guess we can go with that first question. So you haven't always been in food services?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I actually started in October of '91, and I was a long-term sub in food services
Oh, okay.
for 2 years, and then I was many different things: instructional aid, special ed aid. I opened the cafeteria at Meadowlark, and then I went into the district office, and I was receptionist. I've done payroll, accounts payable, director of business services.
Wow.
And now my current position, coordinator of food services.
And you've lived in the Acton community
40 years.
40 years, wow. Okay. You've seen a lot of changes, obviously, in all your time here. Can you explain a little bit or your reflection on how it's been with the different changes that have happened with the different superintendents? Was it ever different for you, or has what you do in your capacity pretty much stayed the same, or have you noticed any years that were maybe some changes that you saw within the district that you felt were maybe like the changes that you've seen, like how you've seen the district grow with the different changes? What have you seen?
I've seen a lot of changes. I've actually worked under 7 different superintendents.
Okay.
And with
Wow.
a few interims added in between.
Yeah, I was just thinking 2 or 3, but wow.
Started with Tom Brown.
Okay.
Yeah. So we've actually gotten smaller with our enrollment over the years, but I do feel like we've become more what do I want to say? Not tech. Maybe we more with the times instead of back in the day when everything was like done by hand, and we were just a small district, so we didn't do things like the big districts do.
Right.
Well, I think now we're more up there with the bigger districts, and we do things more up to date, I guess.
I'm sure you have many, but can you talk about some memorable moments in your time here? Something that sticks out, or a few different instances, or one in particular that sticks out, like that was really memorable for you as in your employment here?
You know what? Honestly, I think this last year has been the most memorable. The whole year, the whole experience that we did as food services with COVID, and last March, my role with the cafeteria was more as an overseer. I'd stop by the cafeterias, but I spent more time in my office. Well, we were kind of thrown a complete turnaround in March of 2020. And I spent so much time working with the ladies in the trenches, working with the parents. Last year I drove the little 1985 food van and delivered meals to the children and the parents. So
right.
For me, it touched me like no other job that I've done here. So it was actually not one event, but a whole year of a blessing for me.
Yeah, because that was different. You were actually one-on-one seeing people. Were here in the office. You have your employees, and you pretty much distribute what to do. But when you're actually out there meeting the people you're giving the food to, that's got to be really gratifying and
So
rewarding.
much. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It made me, actually, I know that I want to, in retirement, possibly volunteer with some children, some children who are here and don't speak English very well. If there's a capacity for me, because I'm not fluent in Spanish, but I just I am touched by so many people in this last year.
Yeah. And you know, for me, when the food services started last year, as far as, you know, when the email came out and said, hey, it's for everyone, we're not looking if you're on the list, or, you know, it's for everyone. And I thought to myself, you know, I'd like to take advantage of that, even though I don't need to economically. But then I think there's a stigma where people think, oh, if I drive through, they're going to think that I need, and that's not what it's about.
Not at all.
That's not what it's about. And I think once people got over that stigma, I think you started seeing more and more people that you would normally not see,
Right.
because they didn't feel like, oh, it's not embarrassing. It's something that the state is implementing with the school districts, and we should take advantage of that.
Absolutely.
And I think people need to know that it's
Yes.
not an embarrassing thing.
It's not, and it
Yeah.
helps us. But the main thing that I thought last year when the children weren't in school was it brought a little normalcy. When they would come and drive through and they'd see their cafeteria ladies, and
Right.
they'd see their school lunch, and it made them, it was just a happy time for the kids to be able to do that.
They had their few moments of normalcy
Right?
from being in, you're right.
A little bit.
And I think knowing the community, because you've lived here so long, helps too, and what you do in your capacity.
Yes.
I think and people see a friendly face and someone they recognize, and it just makes them feel like the integrity of what you're doing. It's so important because it's a familiar face, and they know that you have integrity, and that makes people feel more comfortable too, I think.
That's awesome.
I think so.
And I honestly, the staff, the cafeteria's team that we have right now is
Yeah, they're amazing.
Amazing.
All of the ladies are really amazing.
And so I think they're all, I'm going to miss them. I am.
Yeah,
I may come back and sub and work right alongside them.
Just
I can't
because.
for 6 months, just because.
Yeah.
But they are a wonderful staff, and they are great with the parents and the students, and they work hard. I've worked a lot of jobs in this district. That one is so physical and so hard in just a short time because of your timelines and just planning, and but the ladies are wonderful.
yeah, they really are. And they are physically working hard. They're bending over, getting the boxes, getting the stuff, walking back and forth. And when they were at the high school, making sure that, all the bags were ready to go. And yeah,
They're really good.
it's a physical job for sure. What do you foresee as the future of the district? You told me a little bit of how your job is going to be handled, but how do you think it's going to be like in the future when you're gone here? Even though you already kind of told me a little bit that your job's going to be like segregated into different.
Right,
Yeah.
they're going a different way instead of replacing me.
Mm-hmm.
I think the staff that we currently have will be just fine. They won't need a lot of direction. My hope is that I helped with the smooth transition and set things in place, so it should be just fine. It's going to be a learning curve, but they have these summer months while they're still serving to get things ready for when school starts. I think they'll be fine.
Awesome. And I guess we'll just end the interview with do you want to thank anyone, or is there anything you want to say to the community, or,
Yes.
without choking up, or you can't choke up, right? I am just talking to you.
I have had this last year especially, but over all these years, all my many different jobs in the district, thank you for letting me be a part of what we are doing for these children here. Some of the kids I see now around town, I had as students at Acton School in 92 and 91.
Yeah.
So and I met their children, and it's just wonderful. So thank you for letting me be a part of seeing these children grow and serving the community.
All right. Well, thank you for everything you've done.
Thank you.
You're an amazing person.
Thank you.
And we're going to miss you, but you deserve your retirement time
Yeah.
to do what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will be at working for the Friends of the Park. At movie
Oh,
nights.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now that that's starting up, that's
Starting
a
tomorrow.
job in itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We've been planning for weeks now.
Yeah.
So that's exciting.
Yeah, it is, and the
Yeah.
concerts are coming back.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
So we'll see you. We'll still
Yeah.
be seeing you, but in a different capacity.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for your
Thank you.
time.
Thank you, Tracy.